And can we clarify that the loan was made by the Bank of Sacramento to the Chamber to start up the Economic Development Corporation? Is that right?
I cannot verify that for you. Is that the case? It was seed money.
Okay. It was the Bank of Sacramento that lent the amount of money to the Chamber to start up the Economic Development Corporation. Okay.
But we're being asked to potentially, to pay that loan off, basically, to retire that debt that's already been expended.
But that's part of your loan request.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Additional thoughts?
Do we know who some of the folks are to whom there is indebtedness? Any?
We do. To be perfectly honest, I don't have them on the top of my head for you here this evening, but that is one thing that we have discussed with staff, is that, if we are successful in acquiring a loan from the city, one of the things we would do is actually provide all of the documentation on what the indebtedness is. And one of the things that we're doing, and I don't know that I outlined it in the paper, is reviewing all of the contracts that are in place, all of the outstanding payables. We're verifying everything, calling each vendor, making sure that every amount is valid. We're not asking for this lightly, I will tell you. To have to come to the city and ask for a loan to take care of indebtedness, we're not happy about it. But we see the value in it because we know without it, there will be no Chamber of Commerce. And we feel it is important that this Chamber of Commerce remain viable.
Through the chair. I think the council has a basis here for finding that there's a public purpose for the full requested amount, and that it's not a gift to public funds. And the reason for that is because the Chamber has described, and many other cities throughout the state have recognized, that chambers of commerce provide a valuable public purpose, serve a valuable public purpose, and have decided to provide public funds for the activities of their chambers. And you've heard discussion here tonight about the particular public services and benefits that this chamber will provide to this community in the coming year and in the foreseeable future. And you've also heard them describe how unless they receive support for paying off and taking care of their existing obligations, they will not be able to provide those services to this community. And so for that reason, I believe that, and because of the significant discretion that you do have with respect to determining what is a viable and valid public purpose for the purposes of use of your funds, I understand and appreciate that comment, but I think that it would survive that sort of scrutiny and analysis.
Thank you, Adam. Additional thoughts? Dan?
Beth, I want to thank you for coming back to your chamber and helping them out at this time. I have some questions I want to ask, and I want to address the chamber members that are here tonight, too. That I am a business person and I am a chamber member. Of course, I didn't receive my dues last year, so I think I'm still a chamber member, but I didn't receive my request for my dues.
We'll be sending you an invoice tomorrow.
I know, I'm sure. Yeah.
I already got mine.
It'll be double, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I have questions. I have a lot of questions, and it's only fair when we're talking about the citizens' public money going back into something. You're asking us to forgive an indebtedness of unpaid rent of $105,000, and the interest on top of that of $92,000 now, and then you're asking for us to basically charge you $1 a year for rent. And what is is the community council paying for rent on that side too?
Not on that site. Another suite in the building, the Cordova Community Council, out of their grant, pays approximately $2,000 or $2,500 a month in rent out of the grant.
Now, if the community council and the chamber merge into the same suite, the community council is still responsible for their indebtedness?
It's an issue that we would have to take a look at. The issue at question would be whether or not their existing grant would be lowered by the amount that was set aside for rent payments, or if it would be available to be spent on other endeavors. We would need to take a look at both their lease agreement and the grant agreement to determine that.
Okay, thank you. So you're looking at forgiveness of the rent through the 31st of this month, $105,000, and forgiveness of interest of $92,000. The loan that you're requesting of $300,000, is that correct?
That's correct.
You're indicating that out of first year, no interest and no payment back. Years 2, 3, and 4, interest only on the principal, and then payable on a monthly basis at a rate established by the city. And then years 5 through 9, so you're requesting, so it's going to take almost 10 years to get paid back for this loan, is that correct?
Well, we'd like a 10-year schedule. Yes.
But you'd call it a 5-year loan in the document.
Right.
Technically it's a 10-year loan. It is all of that. It is the intent of this Chamber of Commerce, frankly, if we become solvent and could retire the debt sooner than that, absolutely. But I think in order to make sure we can remain fiscally responsible and make those debt payments on a timely basis, a 10-year schedule is the most effective that we see being in place. We don't want to come before the city and ask for something we can't deliver on.
You're asking, let's see, where was I? You're asking for a restructuring to begin the 1st of the month, as far as the 1st of February. Okay. Beth, what type of guarantees, other than what you've written in here, which most of us didn't get much of a chance to review because it came from the chamber and didn't go through staff. So probably caught 1 or 2 of us off guard. We had not seen your PowerPoint presentation before either. But what kind of guarantees are there that there won't be problems with the chamber again? I know you've kind of listed in here chamber membership, board of director training, and things like that. But again, this is public funds. We've got to have some guarantees and some backups to show that whatever happened to you before, it won't happen again.
I found a list on the very last page under item 5 of it looks like a program of very regular reporting to council and to staff. And you're right, we didn't get an awful lot of time to review this, especially in the condition mine came off my printer, which wasn't legible. But some of these items, the reporting to staff on a monthly basis, quarterly meetings with staff to review progress, just kind of sounds like a sort of an umbrella.
Yeah,